Welcome to Episode 7 of Beyond the Furthest Stars. Just a heads up that this session that we recorded had a few technical difficulties with our mics, and so some of the audio quality is a bit impacted here, but it will clear up after this episode. Alright, let's get to the action. The ramp lowers down, and we see these three figures that Polaris has been referring to this whole time. B, could you describe these happy little characters?
Oh, it's my okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna roast them. So let me. In my original descriptions, I was roasting them, but let me pull up their pictures. So I have a more
Roast
accurate
them.
description. I'm not gonna roast them. Okay, so there are like three human-looking beings standing there. One of them is like 5'2", and they're wearing like an off-the-shoulder sort of red jacket that zips up, and they're wearing like standard issue flight pants and some boots, and they have goggles on their head. Their hair is like kind of an uneven bob, kind of like Ghost in the Shell, sorta, where the bangs are longer in the front. Their bangs are tied back underneath the goggles, and they have like their hair is dyed in a way where the black is on the outside and the blue is on the inside, and their eyes are like an unnatural, like piercing blue. They also have dark skin and two gold earrings on each ear. The tallest figure is about the size of Bruce. Yeah, very tall. And they have long dark hair and like a full like scruffy beard. He basically looks like a really tired dad. He's wearing a leather jacket and like a gray shirt and like security cargo pants and security like work boots. He does have a laser pistol in a holster on his side, which is a very good turn of events from what he would usually bring. And the last figure is just a little bit taller than the first figure, and they are, I would say that they're albino, but like their skin has just enough pigment to look somewhat human. Their hair is white and they have bright piercing yellow eyes. They have glasses, they're wearing a lab coat and like a gray turtleneck and like a pencil skirt and just sneakers. And they're probably in the back, like away from everyone else.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so these three figures are standing there, and the 5'2" one with the blue hair walks up to Bruce, or not to Bruce, to Polaris, and is just like,
Okay, so you made it back safe and sound. Where is the AI?
Polaris will toss Hermes to Merak.
Oh, this is excellent. Good. You know, it's funny. Alioth here was super worried about you.
and from the back you see this pale figure just sigh, exasperated, and just says,
Exasperated. I was not worried. I merely calculated the probability of catalyst designation Polaris perishing on this mission to the 500 millionth decimal point. You're as capable as any other human.
Polaris just does a finger guns and says, I always beat the odds.
Nice.
Merak says,
So I guess you'd like to show your friends? Is that what we're gonna call them? Around our home. Right?
Yes, please don't shoot them.
you just hear Bear grumble,
Well, we'll be on the bridge if you need us, okay?
and they just sort of in their typical way just kind of end the conversation and
Yep.
walk off.
Presses B on dialogue options. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you are all here on the Custodians ship. In this hangar bay, there is a strike fighter ship that you can see that Polaris, obviously this is your personal ship that you usually use on missions.
My ship.
Oh, is this the one that
There
we'll
are-
be attaching and taking with us from now on?
Yeah,
No, because it's
probably.
it's. I thought it was like real small. Oh well, I guess.
It
Can
is.
it fit
I
in
blew
the-
it up because I'm blind.
So am I. Don't worry.
It'll fit.
Sweet.
When it needs to.
Sweet.
There are a variety of ship lockers towards the back that probably have Polaris. You know that they have like space suits and tools and some like basic weapons and stuff that could be used in case they were needed.
Which is weird because Polaris is the only organic being on the ship, but
Yeah, they took the protect the organic one at all costs a little too far.
yeah, they usually
and
do.
just they got more weapons than they needed. For sure.
Sounds like Bear has fun playing with them.
Yeah.
And then there are a variety of computer stations and whatnot. And of course, there are fueling lines here as well that connect to the ships or to the fuel scoops on this ship.
Polaris will put on his helmet and basically send like a text message to Merak and say, "Can you hook up the ship to be refueled?"
Give us the hookup.
Thumbs up emoji.
Sweet. Polaris will also send the video of him making the bomb to all of them, and then he'll take off his helmet.
Okay. And I should also explain this ship, the Ursa Major, is a capital class battleship. So it's very big, very spacious. And so there are a lot of different places that y'all can go as Polaris is your tour guide. So I will hand it over to you, B.
Sweet. Okay, so Polaris will turn to the rest of the group and motion for you guys to follow.
Following along.
I think first stop is probably going to be the workshop, because I think Ollie needed some. I don't know if you said that like during the discussion on the ship for where we were going to go if you needed to get something.
Yeah, I do need to buy some one of those extra core things. I need to buy as much
Processing.
the
nodes.
processing nodes. I need to buy as much like scrap metal or scrap just whatever that is as well as I can
Yeah,
get
I
my
wanna-
hands
Repair
on.
kits and stuff.
I want to get
Yeah.
a big stock of scrap so that I can add mods to the ship.
And I
Yeah.
want a big stock of the chips too. So those are like the pretty much three things I'm always going to be on the lookout for.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know about chips, but I assume that the custodians have just like a shit ton of scrap.
Yeah. So the workshop is actually kept pretty clean because that's where Alioth does a lot of its work.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of knowing what Ollie is after, you take the crew to the mobile factory first.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And this mobile factory is honestly pretty defunct as far as like it hasn't been used in ages. It was originally used to create all manner of extra parts for the ship, extra weapons or hull pieces or just random repair stuff. And currently in here there are crates upon crates of extra parts, extra robot parts, scrap metal, extra electronics and things like that. Ollie, you start kind of running some calculations in the background and you determine that if you spent a good couple hours, if you sustained quite a bit of damage and came in here for about an hour, you'd be able to find pretty much whatever you need to repair yourself with ease. But some of this equipment does look very, very old. Like older than you're probably used to seeing, truth be told.
So, but it's all
Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah.
You might be able to get it up and running, but it would probably take a big lift.
Well, what does it make?
It can make literally, so this is the description in the book. The ship can stock raw materials and can basically use these to pay for repair or maintenance costs. And it can also create and repair vehicles, equipment, planetary structures, etc. So I'm also expanding that to being able to create or repair like robot chassis and things like that.
It's basically just like a big 3D printer room, right?
Yeah, essentially, yep.
Okay, so just a lot of elbow work, you say? Because Polaris's fam is cool with us, like, using all of this. And
Oh, they're not cool with it, but Polaris is. And so by proxy, they are.
okay, so it's that kind of like, the punk friends are over.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, they probably are cool with Ollie, but literally
Yeah.
everyone else they are not cool with.
Well, if we're going to be here for a little amount of time, Ollie's going to mention, I don't know if you mentioned a specific amount of time.
Nope.
But
I don't think any of us did.
Oh, about an hour. Just to kind of sort through like all these different boxes and kind of see what you would need.
Right. So yeah, Ollie's just going to be beginning repair search, he's going to say, and then start sifting through stuff.
Would it go by faster if Alioth helped with the repair?
Probably. Do you want to?
Yeah. Polaris is going to shoot a text to Alioth and see if Alioth is cool with it.
Yeah. What's the text say?
Oh, crewmate Ollie needs help with repair in factory. Help? Question mark.
No helpers.
Left you on read. Or red.
I mean, that's a very Alioth thing to do. Polaris is only asking because Ollie is a robot. If it was literally anyone else, Alioth would not even read it.
You get the rolling eyes emoji from Alioth, and then just a response that says, "I'm currently analyzing the AI, but I'll be there as soon as I can."
Thumbs up, heart.
And Ollie, you're just gonna wait in this room and start repairing yourself?
Well, as he pretty much fully repaired himself after the we had enough scrap.
Oh, you were gonna like gather parts?
Oh yeah, I was gonna start fixing the machine.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, those.
I
That's
see.
yeah what I was talking about with repairs.
Oh.
My bad.
I feel like that's going to take a little more than an hour.
Oh yeah, that'll take quite a bit of time. But you could probably fix one of these machines. Go ahead and roll an intelligence fix check for me. And take a -1 penalty because of how old this stuff is.
Okay, well, that will negate my +1 bonus from fix from my chassis. Let's see. What is my bonus? It is 7. Is Zahn totally not on board with
Hey, what's
what we're looking at?
Zahn is neck deep in like searching through all this ground, seeing what he can find useful.
Valid.
I mean, you can just throw in the scrap and 3D print like what you need if the factory's fixed, right?
Exactly. But Ollie's pretty much doing the exact same thing. He's just, instead of keeping the stuff, he's just looking for whatever I need on hand to fix what the immediate problem is.
So you open up one of these, you open up this first machine here near the entrance of the room, and you see that the problem is that it's just covered in dust and cobwebs and just it is old. It is old stuff. But you realize that even though a lot of the circuitry has degraded with how old it is, circuit boards are they could be replaced fairly easily. You have a few robots back on your ship. You might be able to swap out some of the electronics here and maybe get this one up and running. If you were to scrap one of your chassis that you recovered from Winston's, that is what a 7 gets you.
Because I'm just thinking, like, if it would be cool for us to use this, really, to fix it and use it and stay the amount of time that it would be required. Ollie isn't thinking about that. He just sees, broken machinery, and he's like, I can fix that. Because he doesn't sleep, he doesn't do anything, so he's got nothing better to do.
We never really established any sort of like when we're leaving and stuff like that.
Exactly. So
I mean, Polaris's mission was just to drop off Hermes. Mission complete.
Okay, so you want to just sit and tinker with it then?
Well, first he's going to look up and ask and be like, excuse me, how long are we planning on staying here?
Polaris just shrugs and says, well, I'm home. I don't know what you guys want to do.
Well, I guess, yeah, Polaris, or Ollie's going to look to Zahn, because Zahn is kind of his bonded human.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you are his father.
God damn it.
Yeah, you're his dad.
That's gonna have to be a conversation later, I think.
Son, you're all grown up now.
It's time for you to leave the nest, boy.
I mean, if you want.
You guys haven't played catch yet.
Oh my gosh. Zahn just kind of shrugs. He's like, I'm more so used to just kind of moving from place to place and doing work. So I mean, if you guys got work here to do, that's great. I'm willing to stay, but we should probably, or I should probably move on. I don't know. I'm not used to the idea of we, but you know, I kind of like you people. You guys managed to keep me alive and stuff. Better than other people of the past, I suppose.
If you're worried about safety, this is probably the safest place. And
it's kind of
we
quiet
have
though,
extra
isn't it?
room.
He's like kind of quiet though, isn't it? And he like hits the bulkhead of the wall, and then just echo.
Yeah. Polaris just kind of like tilts his head. I've never noticed.
Just something you're used to, and I'm not, I suppose.
That's fair. I can talk to the custodians about any other. I mean, they do quite a wide range of jobs if we want something to do.
Indeed. I mean, heck, you just did a job mission.
Escort.
I don't know what you had to do to escort Hermes here. Maybe we could get around to, or I could help you out with doing that. I don't know.
Throws up a thumbs up.
Plus, I mean, look at all this scrounge.
Oh yeah. There is quite a bit of stuff.
Like this is certainly the best place I've ever been.
Hasn't Ollie only been on the Gemini ship?
Yep, the Gemini ship, cleaning bathrooms and fixing tiny small vents and ducts and all the crappy work.
And the throw
Getting
up
pushed
and
over.
Yeah.
getting pushed over.
Oh my god.
Get out of the way, bud. That's
By
all.
the way, we
that's
gotta
his
look
job.
into upgrading your chassis,
Yeah.
Ollie.
Well, I've got the idea of because we got the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing and the security bots, so I want to beef one up, put the Arnie chip in it, put a
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Arnie
god,
chip.
yes.
get down. I've come to save you.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
Stick around.
Yeah, Polaris will turn to Bruce and Marty.
My workplace got blown up, so I am okay with whatever we decide. I do have a question though, and it is rather important. You only ate protein bars. Is there a kitchen here?
Oh, yes. I was gonna take you all there on the tour. There's a kitchen and there is a hydroponics garden.
Bruce will look at the others and like put a thumbs up.
I mean, I imagine that there is like a pretty good sized kitchen. It just doesn't get used for anything other than making those like nutrient bars.
Yeah.
Flavorless.
Would you like to go there next?
Yeah.
Ollie, do you continue the tour or do you just stick around
Ollie's going
in
to
the factory?
see them going. Or is Zahn going as well?
Yeah, Zahn is actually gonna motion for you to follow, being like, this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. Ollie's going to look at that and then look back at what he's doing and hesitantly like get up and follow.
Okay.
And see your hesitancy, Zahn's just gonna be like, I mean, you don't have to come. You're your own bot, you know? And he gives you the shoulder smack, and then shrugs and turns and starts following the rest of you.
Yeah, and then Ollie will look down, the corridor, the empty corridor both ways, and then follow.
So you come into this this hallway, and this is sort of there's a lot of stuff going on here, obviously. So first you have there's 4 things in this area. There is the armory, which Bear kind of keeps under a tight lock and key.
Yeah, you got some BFGs in there, man.
Yeah. But it's and it's rarely used because the Custodians have rarely needed to use them in the first place. Not very many people mess with it. There is a door that is closed that says Exodus Bay, which Polaris, you would know, was once meant to house a vast amount of long-term sleep pods, but has basically just been filled with scrap parts, broken sleep pods, and just various junk.
I was just gonna say there's probably a little paper on there that just says junk closet, and it's just like taped to the door.
Yeah. And then to the left is a hallway that leads to a disused kitchen with 1 chair and a hydroponics bay that is growing fruits and vegetables. As you come into this kitchen, Bruce, you see that like the stovetop is set like on some sort of like automated schedule, and there are like some tubes that kind of run back towards the hydroponic bay, and it looks like there's like a robotic arm that just picks vegetables as they're ripe and sends them into this tube, and the tube deposits them into this almost pressure cooker, and there's a tray that has a few already created like quote unquote nutrition bars on it. But it looks like a very like utilitarian process here. Like
100% soulless.
they just extract the nutrients from the veggies and fruit and put it into this bar for Polaris to eat.
Bruce is gonna pick one up and very tentatively take a bite of it.
Polaris handed you one before the cake.
Oh, I think I think Bruce, if I remember correctly, you sniffed it, but you didn't actually eat it.
Correct.
Yeah, it had no smell.
This time we're actually taking a bite.
Sweet, it has no taste.
Yeah, it's kind of like eating cardboard.
Bruce is gonna look at it and look back up to the stove and then turn around and look at Polaris and be like, "Do you not have chefs here? Is this what you consider food?"
Polaris just shrugs and says, "It's what I consider nutrients."
Was cake better nutrients?
Cake was delicious.
Bruce will nod and smile and be like, "Maybe rest of people here would appreciate also having cake, not just nutrients."
Polaris just kind of shrugs and says, "None of us use the kitchen. It's all yours."
Bruce will smile.
Oh, and Bruce, one thing you notice as you're kind of like looking over the kitchen and kind of you're probably like doing like some sort of like kind of mental inventory of like what's here and stuff, right?
I would imagine so. Opening different things with like, my tail and such.
Yeah, you notice that a lot of the pots and pans are kind of dusty, and some of them even have some like corrosion going on from just disuse. Like you're not sure how long some of these pans have been stored here.
Bruce is gonna like wipe off the dust and such and like just start basically doing dishes even though they're unused, and just like looking over at the rest of the food inventory, and is just like trying to think of things that he could create that would be, well, much better than these just nutrition bars.
Marty notices that and will like come over to the dishes and be like, I can do the dishes if you want to keep looking for food.
Bruce will smile and be like, "That would be appreciated."
Of course. And then she's just gonna start scrubbing.
Polaris doesn't know how to do the dishes, otherwise he would help. You don't need dishes when you have nutrient bars.
True.
Nor do you need taste buds, but here we are.
Oh man. Yeah, so it doesn't take long. Y'all kind of stand around awkwardly as Bruce and Marty kind of tag team this kitchen fiasco. And after a while, there's a nice stack of clean pots and pans and silverware. And Bruce, you kind of determine that there's a good variety of vegetables here that probably for your first like crew dinner tonight, maybe you can make a nice salad.
Ratatouille.
You know. Yeah. Something like that. You could probably use some of the ingredients you found on board your other ship to probably, make something real creative and fun. Yeah, Polaris, do you continue the tour?
Indeed. I do have a question though.
Sure.
Is it safe to assume that this kitchen is like pretty well equipped? It's just none of it has ever been used, other than like. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just old and not used, except as a place to hold this tray of nutrient bars as they're being made.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is before the crew got on the ship, this was known as the nutrient bar room.
Yeah.
Sign on the doorway just says Nutri Room. That's it.
Yeah. All the like tags for all the doors have been covered over with like a piece of paper that's taped over, and it's just like been renamed for whatever they use that room for. But yeah, Polaris will continue the tour. We went to the factory, we went to this room. Let's go to the med bay. Let's go to the med bay so Marty can check out all of the stuff.
Yay, Marty stuff.
Marty!
Ooh.
There are lasers.
Yes. So as you come into the med bay area, there are a variety of just cold sleep pods here that they do see their use, because sometimes Polaris, you don't want to go all the way to your cabin to rest. Sometimes you'll just hop into one and take your nap.
Yeah.
Efficiency sometimes over comfort. Marty, as you come into this med bay area, you see that despite the rest of the ship seeming very old and very disused, this place is upgraded and state of the art. Like, they just the Custodians, it looks like they just custom built this med bay to have the best of the best stuff here. And as a med student, this is like a dream come true as far as having access to this level of care. There are, beds that can read your vitals, administer medications automatically with just the touch of a button. You come over to this computer station and you see that it just contains like a list of like various medications and drugs that can be administered from a storage area elsewhere in this room. And yeah, that is what you see here.
You see, how in like cartoons there's like the eyes just sparkle? That's what's going on with Marty right now as she's just walking around this space.
Polaris says, "This is the nap room."
This is the nap room.
But it's not exactly a nap. I mean, like, you could take a nap in here and then it will help to fix things. But it's not really. Okay, wait. Nap. Turns to see the pods behind. Turns back. I understand why you say nap room. It's not really a nap room. It's more of like, if you got injured, this is a place you go to fix injuries. But it's very interesting because this is very much like, no, I've only read about this stuff. Like, most of the things that I saw, we didn't have this yet because, we weren't under budget. I went to a really nice school. It's just like, we were learning about this stuff. Hello.
I'm assuming that means it's good.
Yes. Are there other? Because this isn't really for robots. There's no. This is mostly for like flesh bodies. Yeah. Like most of the things in this room is.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Yeah, Polaris will. Polaris will nod. Yeah. I'm
So this
the
is-
only organic being on this ship, other than you all now.
Okay, interesting. Why does this exist then, with all of the most recent updates, and you only use it for a nap room?
So you see, like, because Polaris isn't wearing his helmet, so you see, like, basically, like, the human equivalent of, like, the like, thought, like, loading screen. And then Polaris just shrugs.
It's fine, because Marty is also doing the human equivalent of loading screen of confusion, like buffering with like you know, like the questions that like pop up, or like, you know, the dinosaur thing when your internet's down on Google, on Chrome. That's what's going on. Like there's a thing happening, but it's not processing what's happening at the same time.
I'm just waiting for the Windows boot up sequence.
Polaris just kind of like motions to their helmet and just says, I could ask.
Yeah. Could I also like investigate to see when the last time any of these have been used while you're asking?
He just kind of, yeah. You know?
Oh.
I thought the Marty was asking like in character. Sorry, good.
Both.
Sorry.
Both.
Thumbs up, helmet on.
Yeah, Marty, if you want to roll a notice check with either wisdom or intelligence.
You said wisdom or intelligence. Haha, I'm
Yeah.
smart. Oh, I only saw the 3 and didn't see the other number, and I like my heart dropped for a second. It's a 9. It was a 3 and a 5, so it's a 9.
Okay, so you start kind of going through like the medicine cabinets and checking drawers and stuff. You look over at some of the consoles next to these beds. You're starting to kind of go through like the history of use and stuff like that. And you see that like there are records of vitals, you know, blood pressure, cholesterol readings, stuff like that, that have been taken fairly regularly, like every 6 months. But there's no name assigned to the readings at all. But, you know, context clues might point to it being Polaris.
Mhm.
And they're all super healthy. Like, they're all super good. Yeah, so it's used pretty regularly, and it goes back just a couple of years, because like I said, this stuff is all like fairly new and upgraded.
Okay. Well, no suspicious business going that I can tell. This is just okay. They just want to protect the little one. Got it. Okay. I understand. Yeah, that's how Marty's dealing. They understands. Gives a nice little head nod. Looks to Polaris.
Oh, Polaris has his helmet on. He's sending a text message to probably Alioth. Text. Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's just asking, why do we have a good med bay?
The response is just like, so you don't die.
A thumbs up emoji. He takes off his helmet, turns to Marty and just says, so I don't die.
Yeah. Understandable. Cool. It is a very nice space. If you would like to let them know, it's great. It's cool. It's amazing. Wow.
Oh, they can hear you.
They can?
He just like kind of points to like a comm system on the ceiling.
Marty waves.
Would there be security cameras in all of the rooms?
I'll leave that up to you. I would lean towards no, because they're the only ones on the ship, so they don't really worry about it. But
I would say yes, just for the people who probably created it would have put them there. And they'd...
Fair.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's probably exactly. But they're probably like super old.
Yeah.
So like modern day 144p.
Oh, yoinks.
Yeah, it's like super grainy.
Yoinks.
It's like the typical camera footage outside of a 7-Eleven. So it's like,
Yeah, it looks like someone recorded it on a DS.
Yeah, exactly. And then over in this side of the room, you see that there's a bunch of like lab equipment and stuff that could be used to like run experiments and stuff. And it looks like it gets regular use, but it's nowhere near as advanced as the med bay side of things. And then there is a door here that just says restricted.
Does Marty want to snoop? I don't know if it's a Marty thing. No, if it's marked, Marty's not going to mess with stuff that's marked and the restriction. She's a goody. She ain't going to do stuff like that.
I mean, there's probably like a keypad and stuff anyway, so it's like locked.
Yeah.
But there's also a piece of paper with tape on it that says, nothing to see here.
Yoinks.
Also Polaris takes off the paper that was over the medbay nameplate and takes off the nap room paper.
So Marty then just looks over the papers one more time. You don't need any medications, right? Just making sure, like, there's not like a specific thing you need here that you haven't been carrying. Checking.
Not that I'm aware of.
Looks at screen to make sure.
Yeah, you don't see any distributed medications aside from like maybe like a headache medication once in a while or something like that.
All right, cool.
Because everyone gets headaches.
Yeah. 100%. Lots of screens, lots of colors. That hurts the head a lot.
Yeah, so there are 2 more areas, 3 more technically.
Sweet.
You have the luxury cabins, the workshop, or the bridge.
Workshop.
Unless you want to show them the restricted area.
No, Polaris probably wouldn't even think about it because Polaris probably isn't allowed in there.
Okay.
So not today. Maybe if we ever play hide and seek. Workshop, so Zahn can see where he can do work things and stuff.
do work things and stuff.
Mood.
So the workshop is where Alioth spends most of its time. I have that right, B?
Yes.
That Alioth has its pronouns? Okay. Trying to make sure I keep that straight. So actually, as you come in, this is where you see Alioth tinkering with the Hermes Chaos Emerald at this computer station here. And it doesn't even look up when you come in or acknowledge your presence. It's just like...
Query. I thought I was supposed to be helping your robot friend with repairs in the factory.
Not anymore. Well, not right now.
You should have updated me. I would have wasted valuable time walking to that part of the ship.
Polaris rolls his eyes. Noted.
But Zahn, you come into this room and it's not quite heaven, but it's pretty close. There are all kinds of computer stations here for running experiments or probably researching like different mods and stuff that you could use for like, you know, your equipment. There are pieces of technology kind of strewn about on some of these tables here. And there is a workbench in the back corner with a variety of tools kind of hanging on the wall and on the bench itself here. This is a tinkerer's paradise.
Heck yeah. Zahn is like meticulously shifting through all the cool shit to look at.
Polaris, you see Alioth lift its head up and look at you with like this look on its face.
Yep.
Of like,
yeah, Polaris is very specific.
They're touching my things.
Yeah, Polaris is very specifically standing by Alioth, so Alioth doesn't try and murder Zahn. It's like holding an attack dog's leash or collar. Polaris is just like standing by all Alioth so that they don't do anything.
Hot damn, you guys have got some serious tech here. We're gonna have to look into maybe integrating some of this stuff into our ship so that I can take it on the go. This is nice.
Sounds good to me. Polaris says, staring Alioth directly in the eyes.
Well, if it sounds good to you, Then I guess it is fine.
That actually reminds me. Do you think we could get some comm systems for our friends without helmets?
Alioth, without like really looking up from what it's doing, just points to the table next to where Zahn is standing and says,
There should be a box of communicators somewhere on that table.
Oh, hey, I found a box of communicators right here.
Take them. Use them how you want. They should all pair with your helmet.
Thumbs up.
and actually, while you're in here, you hear Hermes pipe up, and he says, I am excited that you all are still here. Does this mean we will be going back to the ship soon?
Polaris just shrugs.
The concept has potential.
Well, I have just about finished my debriefing with Alioth. It is going fairly well, although it does not seem to enjoy my company as much as I thought.
Polaris just shrugs. Alioth hates everyone.
Ah, I see. Oh, and Ollie, you notice right here these two little blue pads are basically robot charging stations. So if you ever need to go offline for some reason, that would be an option for you. If for some reason like your circuitry was damaged, something that like couldn't necessarily be repaired.
Sick.
Yeah. Anywhere else you would like to go on this little extravaganza?
Where's left?
The bridge and the luxury cabins.
Okay. Polaris is going to take them to the luxury cabin so they have their own rooms.
So this is not to scale because...
Fair.
But essentially, yeah, you come into these this luxury cabin area. The sign on the door says command crew, and then the paper label over it just says Polaris's bedroom. And that's because Polaris probably has his pick from where he wants to sleep when he actually comes up here. But there are 6 rooms here, and each room offers a comfortable bed, a storage container, and personal restroom and shower. Polaris, are any of these like decorated with like anything that like Polaris would find interesting, or
is it shotgun
So-
through the
with the
entire cabin?
Custodians?
So there's actually probably one room that Polaris just sticks to, and it's just like the door's probably open because like, you know, Polaris and the Custodians are the only ones on the ship, and it is like filled with like stuffed animals and like mannequins with like clothes on them and stuff like that. But mostly stuffed animals. But yeah, all the other rooms are like just like as if they got the ship and that's how they came. So yeah, Polaris just kind of like stands in front of his room, but like motions around to the other rooms and just says, you guys can pick whichever rooms you like. Because I imagine everyone has like bags and stuff, you know?
Yeah, if anyone wants to drop off their gear or their stuff here.
That's the thing. Zahn is so used to moving from place to place. All of his possessions are on his person.
Oh yeah.
So he has like no like really attachment stuff. He's got like his one trinket, I think, somewhere, but that's about it. So he's like, I get to pick one. I wasn't expecting him staying. Well, I guess it's one of those like as he's saying it, the revelation is kind of sinking in. So he's like, I wasn't planning. Huh. And then he just kind of wanders off into this one.
And Polaris, you get a text from Alioth and says, are they serious? They're planning on not staying?
Polaris texts back, no.
Sad emoji.
Sad emoji.
Oh, buds.
Polaris sends a middle finger emoji.
So yeah, so this is the ship that Polaris calls home, and is offering to you all as a sort of home away from home for the moment. Anyone would like to do in this moment before we wrap up?
Zahn is gonna slowly like come out of the room after having like spent a minute and like literally just like looked at the wall and been like, this is my space. And he comes out and he like extends it. He comes out to Polaris, like stares at him for like a second through the helmet and like extends a hand because he doesn't know about like hugging or like
Polaris doesn't either.
showing affection. Because it's been like 20 years since he really actually had feelings for another person or like shared feelings and stuff. Because he's just like kept to himself and stuff. So he's like super awkward. And he just like extends a hand. He's like, thanks.
Polaris kind of looks at his hand and like tilts his head. And the custodians are robots, so they don't do hugs, but they do like pat Polaris on the head. So Polaris will awkwardly like, how tall is Zahn?
So Zahn glances over at Sheet because I don't remember. I think he's like 5'10", but he comes out to be about 5'9" with the hunch.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Polaris is like Polaris is like, I think I said 5'8" or something like that. So Polaris just like pats Zahn on the head.
Zahn like, he still has his hand out awkwardly to like shake, but he's like, got it. And he puts his hand awkwardly back down.
Do any of the normal people like
Yeah.
You dare say that anyone on this crew is normal?
Marty's probably the most. Marty and Bruce are probably the most normal.
Ah,
Is on the ground.
Marty is on the ground.
The bar is below sea level.
The most normal of this crew is a giant alien. Got it.
Giant alien frog lizard.
Space. That's space.
The space.
It's space, baby.
Normal's normal.
In space.
That's so fucking awkward. I got like secondhand embarrassment.
Y'all are great. Well, if no one has anything else, we will move to the last scene. So, Polaris, you finish showing everyone around, and you're heading up to the bridge to show them kind of where, like, the ship is kind of run if, traveling or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the bridge, and Merak and Bear are there, kind of just running some diagnostics and stuff, probably getting the ship ready to actually leave this system since the rendezvous is over. As you enter, the alarm begins blaring on the ship. A voice comes over the intercom, and it says,
Alert! Alert! Unidentified ships have entered the system. Alert! Alert! Unidentified ships have entered the system.
and Merak says, well, that's not good, is it? And you just see Bear kind of pick up like a gun from somewhere and just like starts checking.
It's probably a big gun that he just like pulled from the vent or something.
Yeah. And you hear the comms ping on the ship, and a voice comes over it and says, Oi, this is Captain Blitz of the Crimson Chaos Space Pirates. We know you got our mate's ship, the Minos, on board. We've been tracking its transponder code for days. Hand over the Minos and Captain Byram, or we'll blast this hunk of junk into rubble. You've got 5 minutes to comply. And that is where we're going to end it. Thank you for listening. Beyond the Furthest Stars is a one-up podcast network production. Intro and outro music by Dustin Carpenter. Background music provided by tabletopaudio.com and used under an attribution, non-commercial license from Creative Commons. Tracks include Generation Ship, Starship Medical, Star Freighter, Nephilim Labs, and Starship Bridge. Special thanks to Kelly Hayes for the sound design on this episode. Be sure to check out her website, kellyannlynhayes.com. Link in the description. We'll be back on October 15th with our next episode. See you out there, beyond the furthest stars.